Good morning to all. In the last classes we discussed about the power amplifiers. Okay, and the classifications of the power amplifiers. Class A, Class B, Class AB and Class C amplifiers. So in the Class A amplifiers there are two types: directly coupled power amplifiers and transformer coupled power amplifiers. So today I would like to explain transformer coupled Class A power amplifiers. This is the Class A type. So this is a diagram: transformer coupled Class A power amplifier. So CE configuration, CE transistor. So emitter is grounded and this is the transformer. And this is the base, RB resistance, and last stage is the loudspeaker. This is the load resistance. So this diagram is the transformer coupled Class A power amplifier. So in this Class A power amplifiers, for maximum power transfer to the load. So this is the load. Maximum power transfer to the load. So the impedance matching is necessary. In the load, the impedance matching is necessary. For loads, for example, load is like loudspeaker and varying the load impedances values. And impedance matching is difficult using direct coupled amplifier circuit. In Class A amplifiers, there are two types: the direct coupled amplifier and transformer coupled amplifier. In this direct coupled amplifier, impedance matching is difficult. So, transformer coupled Class A amplifier is used. So, this is because loudspeaker resistance in this range of 3 to 4 ohms to 16 ohms. Okay, so while the output impedance of series fed directly coupled Class A amplifier is very high. This problem can be eliminated by using the transformer to deliver the power to the load. So this is the transformer coupled Class A amplifier. Okay, and the DC operation. And here the transformer, the step down transformer is used. In this, turns ratio is the N2 by N1 in this DC operation. So in this DC operation, assuming the winding resistance or 0 ohms, winding resistance by using transformer is used. So in this, winding resistance is 0 ohms. So hence the DC purpose, the resistance is 0 ohms. There is no DC voltage drop across the primary winding of the transformer. So the slope of the DC load line is reciprocal of the DC resistance in the collector circuit. So which is 0. So slope of the DC load line is ideally infinite. So applying KVL to the collector circuit. This is the collector circuit, applying KVL. So in this VCC, this is the VCC. So VCC minus VCE equal to 0. Applying KVL to the collector circuit, we get VCC minus VCE equal to 0. So VCE minus VCE equal to 0, that is VCC equal to VCE. So this is the drop across the winding is 0. So this is the DC bias voltage VCQ for the transistor. So VCQ equal to VCC. So hence the DC load line is a vertical straight line passing through the voltage point on x-axis, which is VCQ equal to VCC. The insertion of the DC load line and the base circuit set by the circuit is the operating point, quiescent operating point of the circuit. So that is the corresponding to the collector circuit. Collector current is ICQ. This is the ICQ. This is the circuit diagram and this is the Q point. So Q point is center of the load line. Okay. So this point is VCEQ, comma ICEQ. So voltage versus current. Voltage is the VCE, current is the IC current. In this maximum 360 degrees. So I maximum, I minimum. So the AC load line slope is minus 1 by RL. Okay. So this is the load lines of the transformer coupled class A amplifier. And in this AC output power. So DC operation is completed and DC power input is power equal to voltage into current. So that means PDC equal to VCC into ICQ. And AC operation. So in the AC analysis, it is necessary to draw AC load line and the output characteristics. So this is the load line. Load lines of the transformer coupled class A amplifier. And AC output power. So the AC power delivered on the primary side of the transformer. While calculating this power, the primary values of the voltage and current and reflected load, that is the RL, must be considered. So in this, Vm equal to magnitude or peak value of the primary voltage. Vm means primary value of the primary voltage, peak value of the primary voltage. VRMS. VRMS means RMS value of the primary voltage, and Im is the peak value of the primary current, and IRMS is the RMS value of the primary current. Hence, the AC power delivered on the primary is given by PAC equal to, and that means power. So AC power. So we consider the RMS value. So PAC equal to voltage into current. That means VRMS into IRMS. PAC equal to, so power equal to I square R. P equal to VI. Also I square into R. So that is the I square RMS and RL. So PAC equal to V square by RL. So PAC equal to RMS value, we can consider the root 2 values. So PAC equal to Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. Power equal to voltage into current. But we can take the RMS values, we can consider the root 2 values. So that is the Vm by root 2 and Im by root 2. So that is V into I by 2. So PAC equal to another formula I square into R. So that is the I square M into RL by 2. So PAC equal to V square M by 2 RL. Okay. Similarly, AC power delivered to the load in the secondary. First we can take the primary values. So we can take only one. So we can take the secondary values. We can take 2. So V2M, that is the magnitude or peak value of the secondary. So VRMS, 2 RMS, 2 means secondary. So RMS means RMS value of the secondary or load voltage, and I2MS, magnitude or peak value of the secondary or load current, and IRMS. IRMS means root mean square value of the secondary or load current. So we can calculate the power. Okay. So PAC equal to V square to RMS by RL, or PAC equal to V square to M by 2RL. So that is the AC power output. Okay. And PAC, generalized expression for the AC power. So PAC equal to V maximum minus V minimum into I maximum minus I minimum by 8. So, and the next one is the efficiency. So efficiency symbol is this one, percentage of efficiency. So efficiency equal to output by input. That means PAC by PDC into percentage we can take into 100. So PAC by PDC into 100. So that is equal to V maximum minus V minimum into I maximum minus I minimum. Okay. So in this PAC equal to V maximum minus V minimum, I maximum minus I minimum by 8. So this is taken PAC. PAC means V maximum minus V minimum into I maximum minus I minimum by 8, and PDC value. So VCC into ICQ into 100. So this is the efficiency. So maximum efficiency, we can take the maximum efficiency. Assume swings. This is the swings. Okay, these two are the swings. Assume the maximum swings of the both the output voltage and output current. You can calculate the maximum efficiency. Okay, to calculate the maximum efficiency, assume maximum swings of the both the output voltage or output current. Okay, output voltage and output current. So assuming that Q point is exactly at the center of the load line. So this is the Q point. This is the center of the load line. So Q, VCC, ICQ. Voltage, current. Voltage is VCC and current is the ICQ. This is the AC load line. These two are the two swings. So for the maximum swing, we can write V minimum. So V minimum equal to, in this, V minimum equal to 0. V maximum equal to, in this is 0. Okay, initially 0. Maximum swing, this is the V maximum. So V maximum equal to 2 into VCC. Okay, in the x-axis we can take 0, VCC, 2 VCC, 3 VCC, so and so. Okay, so V minimum is 0 and V maximum is 2 VCC. And I minimum. So I minimum is 0 and I maximum is 2I ICQ. So using this equation, in this efficiency equation, we can write. So we can solve the equations. We can get 50%. So maximum in the transformer coupled, maximum efficiency is 50%. So practically it is about only 30 to 35%. Okay. So and the next one, power dissipation. So the power dissipation by the transistor, it is the difference between the AC power output and DC power input. So power dissipation is the difference between AC power output and the DC power input. The power dissipated by the transformer is very small due to negligible DC winding resistances. So, and can be neglected. So, power dissipation, that is the power dissipation maximum. Maximum power dissipation equal to PDC minus PAC. So in this power maximum, power dissipation maximum, power means voltage into current. So PD maximum equal to VCC into ICQ. That means when the input signal is larger, so more power is delivered to the load and the less is the power dissipation. But when there is a no input signal, the entire DC input power gets dissipated in the form of heat. Okay, so which is the maximum power dissipation. So in this equation, PD max equal to voltage into current, that means VCC into ICQ. So in the distortion in the amplifier is, in class A amplifiers dissipates the less power when it delivers the maximum power to the load. Only in class A amplifiers. Why? It dissipates the maximum power while delivering zero power to the load. That means when the load is removed and there is no AC input signal, the maximum power dissipation decides the maximum power dissipation rating for the power transistor is to be selected to be amplifier. Okay, this is the power transistors. And the next one, advantages and disadvantages in class A power amplifiers. The advantages of the transformer coupled class A amplifier circuits are: the efficiency of the operation is higher than the directly coupled amplifiers. So efficiency is higher than the directly coupled amplifiers. And impedance matching required for maximum power transfer is possible. And the DC bias current that flows through the load in case of the direct coupled amplifier is stopped in case of the transformer coupled amplifier. And the disadvantages are: the frequency response of the circuit is poor and the circuit is implicated to design and implement compared to the directly coupled circuit. And in class A amplifier is bulkier, heavy and cost comparatively directly coupled circuit. Okay, this is the class A power amplifier. And the distortion in amplifiers are harmonic distortions. Okay, this is the very important harmonic distortion in class A power amplifiers. So the input signal is applied to the amplifiers is alternating in nature. Okay, so the basic features of any alternating signal are amplitude, frequency and phase. The amplifier output should be reproduced faithfully, that is, there should not be change or distortion in the amplitude, frequency and phase of the signal. But phase distortions are not detectable by the human ears as insensitive to the phase changes. So while the change in the gain of the amplifier with respect to the frequency is called the frequency distortion. Okay, so in this characteristics is not perfectly linear. Okay, distortion. So these characteristics are not perfectly linear. Due to such non-linearity in the dynamic characteristics, the waveform of the output voltage differs from that the input signal. Output signal is different from the input signal. Such a distortion is called the non-linear distortion or amplitude distortion or harmonic distortions. Okay, this is the harmonic distortion means. Okay, this is the fundamental and this is the second harmonic distortions, and this is the third harmonic distortions. Fundamental, this is the sine ST, and this is the second harmonic distortions, and that is the sine 2 omega t. Okay, and third harmonic, this is the sine 3 omega t. So distorted waveform is like this. So this is not continuous. Input is different from the output signal. Okay. So 2f component is called the second harmonic, and 3f component is the third harmonic. The fundamental frequency component is not considered as the harmonic. Out of all harmonic components, the second harmonic has the largest amplitude. Okay, this is the harmonics. In this, if the fundamental frequency component has the amplitude of the B1 and the nth harmonic component has the amplitude of the, that is the Bn. So the percentage harmonic distortion due to nth harmonic component is expressed as, that means nth harmonic distortion, that is Dn. Okay, that is equal to Bn by B1 into 100. So percentage of D2 equal to B2 by B1 into 100, and the percentage of D3, that is equal to B3 by B1 into 100. So this is the harmonics. The fundamental frequency component has the amplitude of B1, and the nth harmonic component has the amplitude of the Bn. Okay, this is the formulas. And the next one, second order, higher order harmonic distortion. So that means 5-point method. So as the non-linearity present in the dynamic characteristics increases, the order of the harmonic distortion also increases. So let the mathematical expression for the collector current due to higher order harmonics be IC equal to, so G1 into IB, okay, plus G2 into IB square, second harmonic, and third harmonic is G3 into I cube B, and fourth harmonic G4 into I4 B. So substituting the input signal IB, that is equal to IB equal to current equal to, so IBM into cos omega t. So that is the, so IC equal to first general expression, basic G1 into IBM into cos omega t plus G2 into IBM cos square omega t plus G3 into IBM cos cube omega t plus G4 into IBM cos 4 omega t. There are 5-point method, so we can take 4 harmonics, second harmonic, third harmonic and fourth harmonic. So substituting cos square omega t, cos square omega t, cos cube omega t and cos 4 omega t. So doing trigonometric operations, we get IC equal to B0 plus B1 cos omega t plus B2 cos 2 omega t plus B3 cos 3 omega t plus B4 cos 4 omega t. So this is the output waveform. So we can take 4 harmonics, 1, 2, 3, 4. The total collector current including DC bias can be written as, so this is the IC equal to ICQ plus B0 plus B1, B2, B3, B4, so on so. So Harmonics are fundamental component, second, third and fourth harmonic components respectively. So at point 1, so omega t equal to 0. That means IC equal to I maximum. So I maximum equal to, so 4 all are added. ICQ plus B0 plus B1 plus B2 plus B3 plus B4 at point 2. So omega t equal to pi by 4. Pi by 3, IC equal to I 1 by 2. So substituting at point 3. So at point 3 omega t equal to pi by 2. IC equal to ICQ. So ICQ equal to ICQ plus B0 minus B2 plus B4. At point 4 omega t equal to, so 2 by 3. So in this waveform we can take the values. So IC equal to I into I. Okay. So we can above the equation simultaneously for the values of B0, B1, B2, B3 and B4 we can get the formulas. So finally, hence the harmonic distortion coefficients can be obtained as Dn equal to Dn by Bn by B1. So this is the harmonic distortions. So and the next one, power output. Power output due to distortion. So this is the power due to the distortion. Simultaneously PAC DPAC into D1 plus D2 square plus D3 square so on Dn square. Okay. So PAC D equal to PAC into 1 plus D square. So finally we get the 1 plus 1.0225. So this is the class A power amplifier in transformer coupled and direct coupled amplifier. In the next class we will discuss class A push pull power amplifiers. Okay.